What's up, guys? It's Jean-Luc. Sorry I haven't uploaded all week. I've had family in town and a lot going on, so I'm going to do a video that I was going to do last Saturday, but had stuff going on, so here it is. My thoughts on round one of the French presidential election. As some of you may know, France had round one of their presidential election on Sunday, April 23rd, and it's now down to Emmanuel Macron and Marine Le Pen. I was hoping it wouldn't come down to this, and I was hoping for Jean-Luc Mélenchon, the far-left candidate, to make it to round two because of his pro-Palestine platform and form, but he didn't. Emmanuel Macron is a big centrist, and he's very pro-European Union, has talked about France's security system being unfair to Muslims. But on the other hand, he's very pro-big business, used to work for the Rothschild Bank, wants to keep up French intervention in Syria, doesn't want to recognize Palestine, and is very much an establishment politician. Marine Le Pen, on the other hand, I feel is much worse. She wants to close France to all immigration, from what I hear. Wants France to leave the European Union. Doesn't like Muslims, doesn't like Jews, wants to ban the hijab and the yarmulke and pretty much any religious head covering. But she's unfairly targeting Muslims and Jews, and some of the people surrounding her are Holocaust deniers, anti-Semites, etc. And she wants to cozy up to Vladimir Putin, which I think is a negative trait. And it's also become obvious that to some that Russia might be trying to interfere with France's election, just as they allegedly did with the US election. And France's outgoing president, Francois Hollande, was telling France's voters not to vote for Marine Le Pen, which sounds just like the US when all our living ex-presidents were like, do not vote for Trump, and Trump got voted in anyway. And I feel that France may be headed on the same path of fear and nationalism, but hopefully France will see what happened to the US and be like, nah, we don't want that. Because in Holland, back in February, the anti-Islam candidate Geert Wilders was leading in the polls and expected to win the most seats in Parliament, but he lost. So I guess the Dutch saw what happened in the US and were like, nah, we don't want that to happen here. And I hope France follows Holland's example instead of ours. And that reminds me, in Holland during the election, they counted the ballots manually by hand because of fears that Russia would try to hack the voting machines and interfere with their election. Overall, I'm a little disappointed as to the two choices for France's election for round two. But on a similar note, I still might visit France even if Marine Le Pen wins. I just will try not to spend as much time there, or be very careful if I do. And that reminds me, I'm trying to save up money to visit Paris, Nice, Milan, and Florence. So maybe sometime when I do come up with the money to go there, spoiler alert, you might be seeing some travel vlogs coming from me in the future. But more on that another time. Long story short, disappointed with France's round one election results. Hopefully Marine Le Pen will lose and France won't meet the same fate as the U.S. And that reminds me of another thing. Germany's having an election later this year in September, I think, and they're like cracking down big on fake news and hate speech because Facebook's been allowing like fake news to spread on their websites in the 2016 election, and like I said in the last video, fake news outperformed real news towards the end of the 2016 presidential election in the US. But enough of that for now. This closes out my latest video. Peace.